Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me thank the Georgian government most sincerely for hosting the Council and this meeting of the NATO-Georgia Commission. The Georgian people are well known for their warm hospitality. You have already made us feel very welcome in the few hours that we have been here. Our NATO-Georgia Commission was inaugurated when the NATO Council last visited Tbilisi in 2008. Our partnership is solid. Our soldiers stand shoulder to shoulder in Afghanistan. The alliance is very grateful to the impressive contribution that Georgia brings to our common effort in Afghanistan. And we honor the sacrifices and losses which your forces have suffered. They are not in vain. Our first meeting this afternoon will focus on the broad domestic reforms which Georgia has made in democratic development, in freedom of expression, in fighting corruption, and in promoting economic growth. We will review the progress made and the challenges which lie ahead. We will also discuss the crucial area of defense reform, the need for Georgia to ensure that its military is properly sized, structured and funded, and relevant to the security challenges of today and tomorrow rather than those of the past. And NATO will continue to help Georgia with that reform. At our Alliance Summit in Bucharest 3 years ago, we agreed that Georgia will become a member of NATO. That decision by our alliance remains firm. Since our Bucharest summit, Georgia has come a lot closer to NATO, but there is still work to be done in a number of areas. Further reform will be Georgia's ticket to membership, and NATO is here to help. And now I'm glad to pass the floor to you, Mr. Prime Minister. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Secretary General. Welcome you all, distinguished ambassadors, dear guests. I would like to welcome you all in Tbilisi. It's my privilege to host you here in Georgia one more time for NATO-Georgia Commission. This is a commission that has been established a few years ago, in 2008, and this is a commission that has been working quite efficiently and effectively in the past couple of years. First of all, I would like to acknowledge that we are very proud that Georgian soldiers are fighting shoulder to shoulder with NATO allies in Afghanistan for peace. We are very proud that Georgia is contributing to the international security, and we continue on the same paths. Also, very important message that I would like to give you is that Georgia's NATO aspiration is not some political party's agenda. It's not only political agenda of this government. It's a consensus of the whole society. It's a consensus of whole political spectrum. A few months ago, actually, polls were done, and approximately 80% of Georgian population supports Georgia's movement towards NATO, Georgia's path towards NATO, which is very, very significant. Since Bucharest summit, many things have changed, much progress have been made, many reforms have been adopted in Georgia. Reforms in the democratic agenda, reforms in justice system, reforms in economy. According to World Bank, we are #1 reformer in the world in the past 5 years, which is not an easy thing to do. We have reformed bureaucracy. Right now, I think the biggest achievement of our reforms is fighting corruption. According to Transparency International, Georgia is one of the least corrupt countries in the world. I'll just give you some figures of the recent polls made by Transparency International, only 3% of Georgians believe there is corruption in Georgia. EU average is 4%, United States 4%. Only countries that had better achievement than ours were Great Britain, South Korea, Canada, Nordic countries, and Singapore. So we are in very good company. We have put together a very comprehensive reforms agenda in absolutely every way, and that actually proved quite successful for us from economic point of view, from growth point of view, and from healthiness point of view. Of course, not everything is perfect. Of course, not all reforms have been finalized yet. There is still high unemployment, there is still problems in economy, but right now, in terms of macro parameters, in terms of economic situation, Georgia can be said to be one of the healthiest countries in the region. Which is more important is that we are exporters of our reforms. In the post-Soviet Union, many nations, many countries have been told that corruption, no democratic situation, no human rights, no freedom of speech is part of everyday lives just because it's post-Soviet Union. And this has been the situation for the past many, many years. Same in Georgia 7-8 years ago. However, we proved in a very short period of time, in a very 6-7 years period, that you can be pro-NATO, pro-European, pro-human rights, pro-freedom of speech, pro-democratic, pro-market economy. You can fight corruption successfully and be successful. And this is, I think, is one of the biggest achievements of this country, which we are all very proud of. Right now, the situation is that many leaders of many countries around us, Ukraine, Moldova, Central Asian countries, even Arab Spring countries are coming to Georgia, leaders of those countries, politicians, NGOs, journalists are coming to Georgia to learn Georgian reforms, to how to move forward, how to fight corruption, how to have democratic reforms as well. And I think these are the very important steps that have been made. I hope you will be able to see those reforms yourself, and I hope these reforms, that these successes will be acknowledged in the short and medium term agenda of NATO and during the nearest NATO summit. This is what I wanted to say as opening remarks. One more time, I would like to welcome you all. I'll be having much more detailed discussion about reforms and about economic agenda after media will leave us and we'll have closed session.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister, and may I now kindly ask the media to leave the room.
Of course, they will not leave soon because it's always like that. Journalists will